Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with silver. He weighs 153.5 pounds. His professional record stands at 24 victories, including 16 knockouts with 3 losses and a draw. From Buffalo, New York, ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, the IBF #1 ranked welterweight in the world, Ross the Boss Thompson. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black, trimmed with white Aztec calendar, weighing in at 153 pounds. This 1996 Olympic team member has a perfect professional record consisting of 19 bouts, 19 victories, including 17 knockouts, and he is recognized pound for pound among the best in the world today. Plus, he's the youngest to ever hold this title. Ladies and gentlemen, from La Colonia Boxing Gym in Oxnard, California, presenting the reigning and defending undefeated IBF Junior Middleweight Champion of the World, the Aztec Warrior Ferocious, Fernando Vargas.
All right, this one is for Mitch. Mitch, we love you, we miss you. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in that dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Any rough tactics, any unsportsmanlike conduct will cost you points. Touch him up. God bless. Touch. Come here. Come here. Hold. Fernando. Fernando. Fernando.
He's refusing to touch gloves with Thompson.
Fernando. Come here.
Commissioners are requiring him to do so. All has been said.
This is turning out to be a very interesting fight.
Now let's see what gets done.
Yes. As they would say, let the beatings begin.
How much more difficult did this assignment become for Vargas when Ross Thompson rose to 173.5 pounds, Manny?
Middleweight on a light heavyweight.
Isn't that something?
Fighting for the junior middleweight championship. In fact, a big middleweight even.
A big middleweight and a light heavyweight fighting for the junior middleweight championship.
Yes.
This is the world of weigh-ins 30 hours before the fight. So Vargas rocks Thompson with a left hook.
But you know, I don't think that Thompson has ever been knocked out, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this fight. Even after fighting fighters such as James Page, which is a physically big welterweight and a big puncher, he's still never been knocked out, and I don't think ever seriously hurt.
And the left hook lands from Thompson to Vargas, and Vargas smiles as if to say, "It's on, brother."
Well, in fighting Vargas, he's fighting what I think is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. A very good, solid, basic fighter. And speed and balance, I think, is going to be a big factor for Vargas as the fight goes on.
In his 2 big wins over Yuri Boy Campos and Ike Quartet, Vargas was able to reap the dividends of a style that allowed him to stand back and wait as a stand-your-ground counterpuncher for guys who came at him and committed and gave him opportunities. It won't be the same tonight, according to Thompson.
No, well, Thompson is an aggressive fighter. The only thing that I've noticed in studying films of Ross, after he finishes up punches, he's off balance a lot. Very much on his heels when he finishes up punches.
Vargas stepping inside with a left hook, rocks Thompson back into the ropes and goes to attack him. Fernando Vargas loves to get his opponent against the ropes and muscle him with left hook to the body.
See, after every time that Ross throws a punch, he actually jumps and he fumbles in and loses his balance. And that's going to be a big disadvantage to him as this fight goes on.
Because Fernando has very good
balance. I think one of the best balanced out fighters in boxing today.
Vargas has landed his left hook twice in the first round.
Watch your hands inside.
That's his biggest weapon. Digging it to the rib cage there. Joe Cortez says keep it up. Vargas short with the right hand. Thompson ties him up. as he is by anger, Vargas doesn't storm his opponent.
No, he's fighting a very patient fight.
Shows his basic patience.
And I have to give credit to Thompson. Thompson is fighting a very good fight. At this point, it's almost tit for tat. Even though Vargas is a little bit faster, a little bit of better balance, but Thompson is landing his own share.
Thompson digging away with right hands to Vargas's body as Fernando leads in. Vargas's anger simmers to the surface again. If Thompson's goal is to get Fernando wild-eyed with fury, he's accomplished that. And as we go to Vargas's corner, where trainer Eduardo Garcia speaks Spanish, our interpreter is Ray Torres.
All right, very calm. You got to work that left hand. Don't get overexcited. Be cool. You got to keep working with that left jab. He's a son of a gun. He's going to get it.
Then go with your stuff. Now, the head's going to move, his body ain't going to move. Don't be afraid to tap around that body. You box very, very well. Very, very well. Just do feint him. Do what you're doing it fine.
Couple of left hands by Vargas in that round indicated the edge he has in quickness. Both occasions came away clean.
And oftentimes, just because Ross has such a bad balance when he exchanges, it may look like he's being hurt because he falls off balance when he, in all actuality, isn't. It's interesting.
Something you learn all about when you're training Prince Nassim, huh?
Balance, yes. It's interesting that the punch that was missing, to me, seemingly in the first round, was the left jab. No one was jabbing. Everyone was going for the knockout reach blow. And this round, Ross has come out and started to box a little bit.
Thompson landing a couple of right hands to the body. Once again, Ross Thompson leaping in to throw punches.
Suddenly from being a fight that really didn't appear on paper to be an interesting fight, this has turned out to be a very interesting and exciting fight.
They trade left hooks, and again, Thompson lunges forward, and Vargas taps him with his right.
Thompson is basically trying to get, from what I see so far, Vargas to do the leading. And Vargas is trying to make him do the leading.
But I've studied the films of Thompson. Thompson is pretty much a guy who pretty much sets the tone. He doesn't wait too much of the room. He's going to be, I think, more aggressive in the fight.
Good right hand to the body by Vargas as Thompson once again was off balance, having fired while leaping in. Vargas is taking his opportunities as they come when Thompson chooses to engage. Only Thompson has really begun to try to work the jab at all. And there he lands a straight right hand over the top on Vargas.
This is turning out to be a very good fight. Definitely not a 30-to-1 fight the way that some of the odd makers have made it.
That's right.
You know, when you consider that both guys had good amateur backgrounds, Thompson himself had, I think, about 90 fights, was 3 times the national amateur champion, and he started boxing when he was about 9 years old. The biggest disadvantage he's got probably is his inactivity level.
Well, Thompson's losses were to Obakar, outstanding fighter. You've seen him against Oscar De La Hoya and others. And that fight went the distance. Another loss was to James Page, who won a welterweight title. Hard puncher, good fighter, and that fight went the distance. Another loss was to Adrian Stone, who has been a contender, and were it not for a bad loss against Vernon Forrest, would still be ranked as a contender. So Thompson's pedigree, even in the pros, isn't all that bad.
That's correct. And you know, you really can see the difference between the 10 pounds in weight.
So far, this fight resembles the American test for anti-missile weapons. There are more misses than hits.
With bad intentions, though.
Vargas has already once for hitting Thompson on the back of the head. Came close to doing it again. On On Tuesday, September 12, Real Sports with Brian Gumbel returns. Among the stories, a look at controversial gymnastics guru Bella Caroli, the leader of the United States women's team in Sydney, who's on a quest to recapture the magic of the Atlanta Games. Also, an investigation into Sammy Sosa's charity foundation, which is being scrutinized now for mismanagement of donations. Real Sports, where nothing is out of bounds.
So right around fast again. A little bit more with step with the jab, fake him the right hand. Go to the body after that. You got him. You're going to get him. More than the time. No one in there?
3-2, acomódaselo.
Okay.
Seconds out.
There you see them flailing away with left hand. So far, this fight has been the calm after the storm.
Through round two, Vargas throwing punches sparingly. He's only thrown a total of 64 punches through 2 rounds, landing 26. Thompson throwing 81 punches through 2 rounds, landing 15. Those are CompuBox numbers. Remember, this is the same Fernando Vargas who, in beating Quartet, threw more than 90 punches in the 11th round and came back with nearly 100 in the 12th. So he's a high-activity fighter when he's on.
But he's not boxing, and I think he's gotten too wrapped up in the hype and it's his desire to knock out Thompson that he's not even boxing. He's basically just fighting punch for punch. And in all honesty, from what I can see, I don't know what the scorecards are showing, Thompson is holding his own.
They flurry, they move apart, they flurry, they move apart. Neither man has been definitive in the exchanges so far. Vargas is not using his jab to set up this other artillery. He's trying to just land big left hooks and counter right hands and straight right hand leads.
And you could easily end up in another situation very similar to the last fight where both guys end up colliding heads the way that they're fighting.
Oh no, what a great night that would make it.
Well, that's just
the possibility of that.
No.
The action stays slow like this, the booing will begin in about the 6th of the 7th. Crowd here is profoundly pro-Vargas.
You know, I wonder what it feels like for Ross Thompson to be in a fight like this, not only with a pro-Vargas crowd. The promoter is Vargas' people. He's led into the ring by Zav Judah, one of the star young fighters coming up. Also, Mike Tyson is also leading Vargas into the ring.
So already, Vargas has been goaded into losing a point.
Yep, Joe Cortez penalizing Vargas a point right there. For holding and hitting or for hitting behind the head?
For hitting behind the head.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Vargas needs to settle down and take his time. He needs a box moves. He's too emotional about it.
There it is. Puts a left-right combination together just the way you're supposed to. And Thompson goes
he should box.
Absolutely right. That's boxing. That was a combination. And Thompson grabs and holds as Vargas does damage along the ropes. Second knockdown comes just as the round comes to a close. 4, 6, 7, 8. And Ross Thompson almost sat down when there was no chair underneath him. Vargas waiting in the neutral corner until he finally goes to his corner. Crowd comes to life. Fernando knocks down Ross Thompson twice in that round.
Vargas is yet to go back to his corner, even though the bell rang.
I think Vargas is unaware that the round was over and was ready to go back and hit some more.
Yeah, very, very emotional.
That would have been a 10-7 round, except that a point was taken away from Vargas, so it becomes a 9-7 round for Vargas.
It makes that second knockdown at the end of the round potentially critical on the scorecards. Here's another look, Larry.
Very suddenly, a high right hand. And now Vargas comes out to see just how stable Thompson is early in the 4th round.
Better, but not totally there. If Vargas can land another 1-2, he might have something going here. Thompson beginning to get his legs back, and now throwing punches again.
But it's just going to be a matter of time. He's still a little too slow and very vulnerable to Vargas's short punches. I just hope that Vargas doesn't get too excited and do anything that can possibly get him disqualified.
Well, he needs to set up with the left and throw the right, and he does it again. And there's the 3rd knockdown of the fight. And Fernando Vargas is buzzing with energy. And Thompson starts yelling at Vargas again as he gets up. I guess Vargas isn't mad enough to shoot Thompson. He wants him more so. Fernando wants to finish right now. Thompson wants to hold on. Joe Cortez watching closely, and this is going to be it. Fernando Vargas with another fiery ring statement. Vargas knocks out a fighter who outweighed him by 10 pounds coming into the ring.
That was a very impressive knockout to me. A beautiful short combination, very little distance. And he and Felix Trinidad is going to be one good fight.
I'm not sure he's satisfied to knock Thompson out once. He wants to go back and knock him out again a second time.
What he's yelling at him is, who's a bum now? Who's a bum now?
All that emotion, all that fire, if you can harness it the right way, Emmanuel.
He's a fantastic fighter. You know, in fact, he's maybe my favorite fighter next to probably Lennox and Nassim Ahmed and Felix Trinidad.
Well,
and, you know, and the thing that's so beautiful about Fernando, he loves to fight. The same as you get to Felix Trinidad. Felix Trinidad loves to fight. And that's what's going to make it a great fight for those two fight.
It might be December 2. It might be December 9. It'll certainly be the attraction of the year, Larry.
It's a big one. It'll be a great one to end the year on. And instead of just becoming a routine victory, this one will launch him toward Trinidad, because now in round 3, we're showing you one of the knockdowns in round 3 first, so that you can catch that again. That was the second knockdown in round 3.
Nope, that was round 4, Larry. That's right, we're in round 4, Larry.
All right, well, we're getting different advice from the truck. That was round 4. Finally, you can see Thompson submitting with his blinking eyelids. Vargas taunting him now.
And then this is the flurry that ended the fight and prompted Joe Cortez to stop it, as Thompson couldn't hold on and Vargas started going to work left and right.
Even though Thompson was not physically able to compete any longer, he still was mentally and emotionally still very upset and still fighting back, but he just couldn't fight back physically.
The flurry of punches once again unanswered by Thompson. Cortez stepping in to call a halt after Vargas had knocked Thompson down 3 times. And now let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Cortez has to step in and call a halt to the bout. The official time, 1 minute, 7 seconds of round number 4. The winner with victory number 20 in 20 bouts. He is still the reigning and defending undefeated IBF Junior Middleweight Champion of the World from La Colonia Boxing Gym, Oxnard, California. Ferocious Fernando